Hi y'all, today I created this look with the makeup that I won from Barb's makeup journey. So if you want to see what I did with the makeup, please stick around. Hey y'all, how's it going? How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's good. I know I look crazy right now with these eyebrows, but let me explain. In my sheets of eyebrows, let me grab one for you. These are them here. And at the bottom, they start smaller and they get bigger as they go up. And so today I'm wearing the biggest ones. So I know without makeup, I look crazy, but let's fix that and put on some makeup, shall we? Today I'm going to be using the stuff that I won from Barb's channel. Her name is Barbara Nelson, and she gives away makeup every Wednesday and Sunday. And I won some makeup from her on a Wednesday. So I'm going to show you that makeup now. But in the meantime, let me just tell you that if you like free makeup and you want to try to win some, please go to her channel. It's Barb's Makeup Journey, and I'll put it right here. She, like I said, she does these videos. She does a lot of like unboxing videos. And then, see, she subscribes to a lot of like makeup and skincare places, but she always has a bunch of extra. So she gives it away. And every Wednesday and Sunday, she'll show you what's on deck for the next week. And all you have to do is subscribe to her channel, like and share the video, and make a comment on the video that you want to try to win that stuff, if that makes any kind of sense. So let's get started. I'll tell you the things that I won. If I didn't tell you that, actually I did win this though, a long time ago when she first started her channel. This is the Nars Radiance Primer, and this has SPF 35 sunscreen in it, which makes it really handy for me because I always forget to put on my sunscreen. Always. You know what it is? It's just that I want to get some of that sunscreen that doesn't leave the white cast. I think that if I could get that, I would put it into my skincare routine more. But what I do is I don't put on sunscreen every day if I don't think I'm going out. And then sometimes I'll end up going out. So I know I need to put it on every day, but I'm just tired of fighting with the white cast. Especially after I do my skincare. And then I put on the sunscreen and I have to like blend and blend and blend that white cast in. It's super annoying, so I just need to splurge for some sunscreen that doesn't have that, or use products that have SPF in them, like this primer. I love this primer. Look at it. Look at the radiance, the glow that just comes through. It's not necessarily a natural glow, but it's a glow nonetheless. It looks really nice. But I'm about to cover that up. Well, I'm not really going to cover it up. I'm going to cover up the primer, but the glow will still come through with the foundation. And this is Covergirl and Olay Simply Ageless. And this is in the shade Creamy Natural. This has hyaluronic complex and vitamin C. So let's put this on my face. Did I say the shade? This is Creamy Natural. I think I said it, but just in case I didn't. Absolutely love this foundation. This was my go-to foundation for many years, and it's really true what they say. It is ageless. Like my whole life, people couldn't believe that I was as old as I was, and I credit this foundation, part of it. I credit the foundation. It's really good stuff. It's really nice for older people. I forgot to prime my eyes again. I'll go off camera and do that when I'm finished here. See, isn't that a nice foundation? I'm going to go in and further blend it with my sponge. This just makes it look more airbrushed, in my opinion. I don't know, something's wrong. I think that I blended it out too fast. So I'm just going to go over with a little bit more, and I'm going to let it sit there for longer, because it just seems like I lifted up a lot of it on my sponge. So I'm going to take my time a little bit. I mean, it looks nice enough, but I like, you know, full coverage. So I don't want to lift up too much of it. Stipple it in. She's got really nice coverage. It just seems like it wasn't covered enough. Maybe I just needed to go in with an extra layer like I usually do with my foundations. Probably that's it. And I'm going to gently do this. I think maybe I was pushing too hard, lifting up too much of the product. I think that looks better. I don't know if you guys can even tell the difference, but I can. I think this looks better. You see that nice coverage, the nice shade. It's very nice. It's very nice formula. That was my upstairs neighbor. Okay, I think this is good. That'll do. And then I won this. This is from Essence. This is a contouring duo stick. I usually don't use the light side of these, but I will today. So this is, let me see if there's a shade or anything on here. Fair, just says fair, which is good because that's what I am. Okay, let me go in with this. It is fair. I like a lot of concealer because I like to brighten my under eye. I don't know if this will brighten my under eye, but either way, we'll see how it does. Oh, I did say I was going to go prep my eyes, didn't I? That's nice. It's nice. It's nice coverage. It brightens a little bit. That's nice. Okay, I'm going to go prep my eyes and I'll be back. All right, I'm back. And on the other side of this contouring stick is this shade. It's just, it doesn't say like, it just says fair. So it's fair. So let's, okay. So this is very fair. Let me see if I can work with it. Let me try to build it up. I'm a bit heavy-handed when it comes to my contour, so I like it a little bit darker than this, but let me just see. Let me see. I'm going to blend that in with a sponge. It's nice. It's very natural. Very natural, but that's okay. I can be natural for a day. I don't think I'll die or anything. Okay, for liquid, this is mine. For liquid blush, I'm going to use the Estate Blush Sorbet in the shade Pomelo. This is a very pretty blush. It's a very nice shade. It's very natural. It's nothing too crazy, but I think it'll go nicely with the blush I'm going to use today. I'm going to take my concealer sponge and foundation sponge and just kind of blend in that line. Make sure everything's seamless. And then what's next? Powder. This is the MAC Studio Fix powder, and this is in the shade NC10. I do have a new powder brush. I wonder if I should. No, I won't use it yet. And I just like to powder my T-zone, under my eyes, my chin, around my mouth area. my smile lines. Kind of makes those not so prominent. And then for setting spray, I'm going to use the Milk Cosmetics Hydro Grip Set and Refresh spray. Oh, that's nice. Okay, it's this part in the video where my microphone went dead. So I just wanted to let you know that I'm using L'Oreal blush, and I don't have that palette in front of me because I thought I was doing eyeshadow during this clip. But I'm using L'Oreal blush, and I'm thinking, do I want to use this shade or do I want to use this shade? And then I decided to use that shade. So here I am using that shade. Don't know what I'm saying. Oh, I remember. I was saying that Laura Geller products are pretty pigmented, so I needed to be careful. And it was actually pretty pigmented, but very, very nice. Oh, yep. I'm just putting on blush. I hate doing voiceovers for this reason. And now I'm using, oh, this is a new bronzer that I got. This is the L'Oreal Infallible bronzer. And I was looking for a shade and it just says bronzer or something like that. But it's very nice. It's very light. Oh, and I was also talking about how I was finally getting on board with accepting my skin shade. And I was starting to use lighter bronzers. I think I was looking for a shade here, but I was using lighter bronzer, so I was kind of proud of myself. But this turned out to be a very nice bronzer. This is a powder brush that I'm using, but I think it worked out pretty well for a bronzer brush. Don't know what I'm talking about. I was very happy with this bronzer though. I thought it looked really good. It's a nice buildable bronzer. It wasn't too pigmented, so it was nice and buildable. Don't forget to get those jaw lines, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, and then I'm gonna go into highlighter. The highlighter that I used was in the eyeshadow palette. It's DOUCCC or CCE. And I was asking you guys if anybody knows how to pronounce that, please spell it out phonetically in the comments because I have no idea how to pronounce that. And I'm going in with this highlighter here. I believe it was called Twinkle. And here I was comparing my brush size to the size of the palette. I thought it was pretty humorous. It turned out to be a very nice highlighter. I was happy with it. Nice. And I was saying I didn't know if that was a brush or a blush or a bronzer, and I wasn't sure, so I didn't want to use it as either because I didn't know, but I was saying that I might use it as an eyeshadow. Get the Cupid's bow. And then I usually take my finger to do the nose highlight because I like it to be a little more intense. There we go, back to the regular video. Okay, I just realized that my microphone was dying, so I don't know where it started dying. So if my sound went in and out, I'm sorry about that. I'll know in editing what happened, but I apologize if it sounded weird or sounds, sounded weird. Okay, thank you. So for eyeshadow, this is again the palette. Don't want to say its name because I don't want to get it wrong. And this is it here. Isn't this beautiful? I'm going to use all of these shades. So first I'm going to go in with Kinsley as my transition shade. Oh, that's nice and pigmented. For some reason, I thought this was going to be an eyeshadow palette I would have to fight with, but that's nice. I prejudged this eyeshadow palette. I've never used this brand before. And if anybody can put in the comments like how to pronounce this brand, like phonetically put it in the comments, please let me know so that when I use it in the future, I don't have to sound stupid. That's a very nice transition shade. Very nice. And then I'm going to go into Vanessa. That's the lighter shade. I'm going to go into that and just put that in the inner corner. Am I? No. Okay, I lied. I'm not going to use all these shades. I lied. I'm sorry about that. You know what? Actually, though, I might go into After Party, which is either the blush or the contour. I'm not sure which. And I'm just going to put this in the inner corner. You know what? I will use Vanessa. That's the lighter shade. So I just keep lying. I'm using both of these shades in the inner corner. I just want something down as a base for the shimmer shade. And then I'm going to go into Hillary, which is the black shade here. And then I'm going to put this on my outer corner. I almost wish they would have put like a dark brown in this palette instead of a black, because you're going from like neutral shades to a straight black instead of like a dark brown. So I wonder why they did that, but who am I to question anything? I just kind of wish they would have done that. Okay, and I'm going to go back with the first brush, and I'm going to go back into Kinsley, which is the transition shade, and I'm just going to blend this black out with it. I went into the UPS store yesterday, and the guy asked me what this tattoo meant, and this tattoo is the symbol for Narcotics Anonymous, and it has my clean date underneath it. And so I told him what it meant, and everybody made such a big deal. It was so cool. Everybody was like, oh, the one lady was like, I don't know you, but I am so proud of you for being clean for 6.5 years. And then I said, I don't know anybody, any family that hasn't been affected by addiction. And they were like, oh yeah, we have, they were saying that they were agreeing with me as if they had somebody in their family that struggled with it, and it just made me feel so good. that they were just like making such, it was 3 of them and we were the only ones in there. It was me and Barry and the 3 workers, and they just made such a big deal. It made me feel so good. It's true. Like, I don't know of anybody that hasn't been affected by addiction. Of course, I, do nothing but hang out with addicts, but at my meetings, but, tell me out there, is there anybody out there that does not know someone who is an addict, or doesn't know somebody whose family, wasn't affected by, if there's anybody out there who actually wasn't affected by addiction, or doesn't know somebody, or know somebody that knows somebody, let me know, because I think I want to call BS on it. Well, maybe it's true for that person, but I don't know of anybody. I think it's impossible. So the next shade I'm going to go into is Melissa. That's the shimmer shade here. I'm going to go in with my flat brush because I know I'm not going to get anywhere with these nails if I try it with my finger. That's an interesting shimmer. It's pretty. That's nice. That's a nice shimmer. Very nice. Yeah, I just really wish they would have done like a dark brown instead of the black. I think that would have been a nicer color story, but it's fine. It's good. I want to blend it out a little bit more though. And then I'm going to go in with a fluffy brush that has nothing on it and give this a blend up here. But it's nice eyeshadow. This is a nice, I like this brand. So I'm going to go do my lashes and my lip liner and I'll be back. Okay, so for lip liner, I use Colourpop BFF3, of course. And then for lipstick, I'm going to use the Catrice Power Plumping Gel Lipstick in the shade 020. So I'm getting really sick of these celebrity deaths. Obviously, I'm sad about Ozzy because I've been listening to him my whole life. But the one that's really got me, and now Hulk Hogan died, I just found that out. But the one that's really got me upset is Malcolm Jamal Warner. Everybody knows him from the Huxtables or Cosby or whatever, but I watched him in the show called The Resident. He was like this cocky surgeon guy. He was so talented, and just his death, especially by a drowning, like how afraid he must have been when he was getting swept out to sea. Oh God. And he was with his 8-year-old daughter. And what happened was he got swept out to sea and surfers saw this going on. They saved his daughter and they brought him in and tried CPR for 45 minutes, but he couldn't be resuscitated. It is so sad. You just don't go to a beach thinking, I'm going to die today. You just don't do that. And he was so athletic. He was built like a brick shit house. And he was like, so I'm sure he was very strong. But, oh my God. The fear he must have had. It's just so sad. And then Hulk Hogan, he just died. Like, I don't know, today or a few minutes ago or this morning. But at least he was old, and Ozzy was old. Malcolm Jamal Warner was my age. So sorry to bring you guys down with that little tidbit, but I'm so sick of it. I'm just sick of all these deaths going on. That's 3. That should be good. It usually comes in 3s. So it should be done now. So I hope you guys like this look. I think it came out really good. I don't like the black. I wish it was dark brown, but other than that, I really like it and I like the way it came out. I hope you guys like it too. Thank you for hanging out with me and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye y'all.